Alright, so I don't know if this is the end, but it's kind of looking like it. I still feel like they're gonna want me to do more stuff. We haven't done this. I haven't turned in these. Oh, I missed one? God damn it.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
Yeah, one problem is I didn't do the last... I didn't do the last one.
Interference?
Let's see. Got a lot of shorts. All 4 audio logs. The 4th one.
Download now.
Gary's pretty cool, by the
Your heroes
way.
will die.
I recommend checking out Gary.
With every defeat, a new...
So...
Must have a reason for existing. A plan.
It's saying... Elevator in the archive, huh? That's what takes me up here. There's an elevator in the archive. A different elevator in the archive. Not this one. We are probably looking for the one that bitch lady who was talking about how I won't stop running around. That's probably where I'd need to be. I'm not the current operator any longer.
Yes, the archive is the Order's greatest achievement to date. I agree, our groups could accomplish much together.
Is it in the Underlands or is it this elevator? Well, one way to find out. No, that's the Spireton elevator. They came down from Spireton, so we need to find the 3rd elevator. So I'm assuming the 3rd elevator is the Underlands. So we're here. I'm guessing probably here at thermal transfer. And then we need to not be in thermal transfer. We need to be out of thermal transfer. There's like an elevator. Elevator. The elevator lady's down here, isn't she? Yeah, it's gotta be this one, right? Or no? Wait, this is the elevator. Well, what about this area? Hang on. Apparently I've never discovered this. Wow, my defense is so good.
I don't care what you threaten me with. Not only am I smart for taking these supplies, but I'm following Auntie's laws. When scarcity begins closing its fist...
Is the perfect time for aggressive capitalists. Buy cheap, hold long, and sell high, and you'll maximize your profits.
Cloister
Don't quote Auntie's laws
Underlands.
of dystopian disruption to me. I'm the one who taught you those damn laws.
Whoa, who are you?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Killing both of us and taking this stuff would have been easier than getting kids hooked on candy tobacco. I caught this one hoarding supplies, despite agreeing that there'd be better profit to be had if we pool everything. Ever since the lifts locked down, this pile of sprat excrement has been sneaking off at night to move some of our shared inventory into a little bonus stash.
You're only mad you didn't think to do it first. The fact that I'm the most up-and-coming go-getter is what's getting you steamed.
Why would I be? Once I cram your cold body into a vacuum tube, I'm taking...
Of course! I'm doing what is smart and profitable under Auntie's laws, and I'll be damned if you two idiots will dissuade me.
I figured you'd see it my way. You may want to step back to keep the...
But I'm living up to Auntie's principles. We all know we should deeply gouge to create future earnings. Don't be bitter just because I'm the one who actually did...
I guess you chose to swindle the wrong...
Recharged and ready to main.
Yeah, I've never been in here. I don't think this is where I need to be.
Watch yourself. Hello again. What can I help you with? May the unit...
What are we doing over here?
Gary!
Look sharp.
Is this the elevator?
Troublemaker approaching.
Hey, I think that must be the elevator. Alright, let's test it out. Alright, let's see where this goes. Outside of Execogitation Chapel. Hooray! So the only way to get there was to do that. Oh, I'm so happy I found it. Alright. Yeah, so that takes you up into this area, which normally you can't access from anywhere else. You have to be able to use that lift in order to get up here. And what's funny about that is if you look over the edge, you'll see what I mean. So all around here is the outer area that I was confused how to get up here. So that's the minefield right there. And then that is kind of where the Sub Rosa area is. Alright, sick. And then we can...
We in the Order love to speak of a grand plan, of ordered complexity. Where all things have a reason for existing, a purpose to fill. But what purpose is served by hundreds dying senselessly in the cold? The longer this interminable war drags on, the more convinced I become of the universe's dispassionate variability. We must reconcile with this reality, and if we cannot, then perhaps it is time we evolve a new philosophy altogether. It's certainly worth bringing up with the presiding bishop upon my return.
Alright, now that this puts us technically outside, we can come on back to Laplace Garden. And then we'll be able to turn in the quest for 0 experience because we're at max level, so all experience is moot now.
Line our pockets.
Any updates concerning our mutual, friend, caffeine celebrant Doyle? Oh, really? I don't suppose. Well, this is disappointing news. I must admit, I thought we had a real opportunity here. Oh, well, never mind all that. You have other things you wish to discuss with me? Cool. Look at me, as giddy as a first-year novice. All right, let's listen. No, this isn't right. There must be some mistake. The beliefs advocated here are entirely in opposition with what the Order stands for. I don't suppose you have any other recordings? Philosophism? What's that? Well, that sounds horrible. It's evident what happened. My colleagues must have gone quite mad in the isolation of their studies. Sad, but perhaps not unforeseeable. Only one certainty remains. These logs must be destroyed. I shudder to imagine the ramifications if other members of the Order were subjected to such nonsensical rantings. Any familiarity with the... Please understand, what's been recorded here borders... Scientism teaches that the universe is constant, rational, and inalterable. These proofs reject all of that reason in favor of some ineffable manifestation of personal will. Not a big... They are questioning the foundational principles of the entire Order. The damage that could ensue if such philosophies spread is very nearly incalculable. Ordinarily, I'd commend you for keeping such an open mind. But we must be careful that our minds are not so open. Thank you for your assistance in this, delicate matter. I'll ensure the contents of these logs never pollute the minds of good... I believe I've promised you a reward. Here is that lockbox. I regret I don't have a key, but I'm sure you'll find some way to access its contents.
Be the statistical exception. The natural state of entropy in the universe.
Agent, just the individual I had designated this time to converse with. The human body continually renews itself through the creation of new cells and elimination of the old. Neither of us are the same as we were even an hour ago. As should be self-evident, I have dispensed with the slavish whims of the body. My mind is clearer than it has ever been, and I have you to thank. Of course, the chances of a negative outcome were always negligible. But now, congratulations are in order. I just received word from Seer Amaryllis that the Calcaduceus has been returned, and that the archive is under our control again. She also mentioned a regrettable defect in its priority set that you were able to correct. Well done. Your role in this matter is complete. Auntie and I will handle it from here, but allow me to commend you again on your fruitful efforts to make this peace treaty possible. We studied the data you brought back from the crashed satellite, and we now have a way to reorient the satellites en masse from a protectorate installation, Oris Listening Post. Turning the entirety of the reticulum toward deep space will accelerate our understanding of the universe, and ideally lead us to stronger conclusions regarding how to stop the rifts. The Order, in partnership with Auntie's Choice, is now well positioned to triumph over the regressive forces of ignorance that have heretofore held Arcadia in stasis, all thanks to you. Then it is fortunate that you are so well placed to do exactly that. With the Orders, your contributions have been many and varied, and I will not belabor the point by recounting them all here. When the final contest with the Protectorate takes place, wherever that may occur, you will not only have the support of Auntie's Choice and the Order. Were I still shackled to ego, I might have succumbed to some instinct for self-preservation. But my presence improves the odds of our success, and so there is no other decision to be made.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter.
A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Providing intellectual validation to this unit's queue. Priority low, based on energy readings. Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct assessment, Commander. Transitioning to Good News Protocol. As this unit was corroborating data on the anomaly, a message was also received from your allies, Commander. Auntie's Choice and the Order have sent word that their forces will be prepared to render you assistance once you navigate to Horizon Point. Briefing complete. Now returning to situation
Trinicular, arriving any moment now.
Left, purchase and consume with Auntie's Choice. As your peerless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I want to hear about the occasion.
Protectorate's watered-down ripoff.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no...
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect. It's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again. Do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously There was a past proposal to utilize graphs, but, once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. Oh, no need to be dramatic. Here, I'll put on my pleasant, kindly adjacent smile for you. Now, will you help acquire this new body for me? I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Every budget, from the most extravagant to the...
Most people are dead now, you know.
What? Better take a
Yeah, kill these fucking guys.
Commander's almost dead.
Victory and death.
What the hell? Oh, they're up above me.
Hazard benefits.
I was about to say, what the hell's going on here? Just trying to figure out what was killing me.
Maintaining battlefield clear.
Not a good look, Commander.
From enlightenment. Storm is breaking.
I came back to clap you fellas. That's what I came back for. So that I can make sure nobody survived. And so I can keep making more money. So I can keep getting more shields from the Moon Man helmet. Hi, kitty.
Funicular takes forever.
Andy's choice antibiotics.
When it can be enhancing people's lives. We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter.
Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my stylish new automechanical body. After I catch up on a few tasks, that is. You're back! Finally! Splendid. Splendid! We'll ensure your reward matches the ample amount of faith I've placed in you. Nay, exceeds it. No additional hidden clauses. Honest. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further.
What are we standing around jawing for? There's mayhem and murdering to be done.
Figures that after all our time avoiding rifts, our next... But that suits me fine. You know I can't go a day without attempting some heroics in the face of danger.
kill too many
Such as?
You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? Oh, allow me. They all look to be no less worse for wear. Splendid. Much obliged. For completing the set, I present to you the rarest rarities available to me. I must say, this exchange of goods and services has been quite I'm glad you're back. Well, it's... I'm glad you're back. Getting the first auto dock, remarkable. That is enough to get all of the auto docks back up and running. With them, words can't begin to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, of course. In truth, now, thanks to you, well...
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The Order and Auntie's Choice have sent their forces, as promised, but they will need to find their own landing zones. You may be without assistance as you navigate the station. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
A would-be tyrant doing something tyrannical. Who could have seen this coming?
Intimidation is not required. Protectorate subjects are not programmed to question. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction.
Every rift is a slight against the people of Arcadia, whom I have pledged to protect. And my business with the Consul is deeply personal. You must take me onto the station.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift. There is a
This is all wrong. The Protectorate is perverting the inviolate nature of the rifts. This cannot go unpunished.
The Consul stands at the controls of the Sovereign's own flagship. My blood boils.
Everything's broken here. Wires, twisted, landing pad.
Worthless bodies. Still girding my strength.
Sensor inspected. Better than overtime.
Victory and death. This might kill you a lot.
Let us hope that whatever architect forsaken logic operates with within this prison of daylight.
Attention! This is your anti-calling. Per our agreement, Anti's choice support ships, including the fine print, the contingency plan, and the upper hand, are headed your way. Order forces are on a similar trajectory.
In spades! The consul must be quaking in his boots.
Where's our boss? All will pay! Have your benefits!
Enemy spotted.
Can't do it! They're too far!
Not my blood! For Andy!
Target's not close enough!
For Gary! Better than overtime. For Andy.
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is better.
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
Enemy in evacuation.
Not my blood!
Medics and pharmaceutical provisions incoming. And we're right behind them with a delivery of Auntie's Choice finest supplies. Soon you'll say, that is...
Forward! Forward! Destroy these abominations! Adjusting calculations. Hold fire on our allies.
At your word, I shall charge!
The Order thanks you for
Supplies
your
and medical
tactful
attention are
negotiations with
available.
Auntie's Choice.
Be mindful of where you step. The chasms are everywhere.
This one can talk.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Best be delicate with this one, Commander.
Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. My skin. It's burning. I feel dizzy. Not right at all. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in. How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes? Yeah, that's you, all right, Commander. Maybe you can... Can you help me make sense of things? Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station
You were still alive when the rift disassembled you. The modulator reconstructs information in the state it was stored in, which is why you were brought back alive.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't law. I knew something was the matter. Tell me. Tell me everything. So she never intended for any of us to survive. Figures. So... Stop speaking in circles. What are they doing?
Your pieces no longer fit together, it seems. The modulator unfolds the rifts, remaking whatever was inside them. Badly.
So I've come back from death to some... what? Some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? I assume you got a plan to help me? You do. Don't... How much time? With the way I'm bleeding out, I ain't sure how long I can hold on. Then go bring the fight to those bastards. Hurry back, huh? I'll just wait here, Commander. Go on.
I don't understand. The situation was resolved. Why go back on your word?
Well...
You're the one who forged an alliance between Auntie's Choice and the Order, ain't you? We got supplies and
You with Auntie?
Hold clear.
We brought
You may
supplies.
approach, Commander. We've got supplies at the ready.
Initial observations conclude that the subject is suffering from multiple ailments.
Greetings! In what particular way are you afflicted?
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments. Initial observations conclude that, just as I predicted, you appear to have suffered some trauma. Any treatments or supplies you may require are May the number... Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments. Initial observations conclude that the subject is suffering
Tell me,
from
do you feel as terrible as you look? Step right... I say usually because Auntie has declared no catch. Well, technically I'm barred from practice. Greetings! In what particular way are you afflicted?
Providence is much too close for safety. And that Rover has dismissed it. I do not like what this might imply.
Commencing cover! Change! Mediating! Much better! Get the spread!
goons may not be in the best shape after being pulled from the rift, but that makes them no less deadly.
That seems ridiculous!
Your judgment has failed! I'm not ready.
I love Gary so much, dude. Gary's the greatest.
It appears our path is barred. That rift looks exceedingly unstable. If we gallivant about, we might find a solution to this problem. Or at least a path less likely to have us torn asunder.
Plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, in searching the remains of the lab, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos, obtained it.
So, we need an equation to clear the plasma interaction.
Sovereign would have solved such a complex equation himself? What a brilliant mind.
Let us return to the Rift Terminal so we might continue on our way. If anyone would be able to solve the equation, it would be the Sovereign.
We operate by the Sovereign's grace. Our accomplishments are his own. If he wished to take credit for a punishment I meted out, I would be delighted. Staff, overcome. Good work.
With our observations through the laboratory, our projections are off by orders of magnitude. Solver,
We should make haste to get to the Providence. We have business with that rift.
Attention. Please report to intake for processing. Gunfire. We seem to have entered undetected. We best unseal the hangar to continue our inquiries. Intruder alert. Be vigilant. Strange bedfellows indeed. We best
What's this? What is...
What remains of Horizon Point should yield much in the way of science, once the threat of the rift is neutralized.
You should really go on ahead. We'll keep these slackwits distracted. Go seal the deal.
Ready to dispense judgment.
Where the fuck am I supposed to go, dude?
About to get ugly, Commander.
Your change! Exposure. For Gary! Get the sprats!
Unleash my might upon them!
Each a vital
Credentials now. Enough of this. Let's just start killing. Far simpler.
If we choose to keep from arbitrating the local scientists, we may be able to gather information.
Where the console's modulator is stationed.
I am no scientician, yet I can see the sheer arrogance in this display. Reconstitution cannot work. It must not be allowed to work.
Did you not
hear the intruder alert from the crew deck? This is a very poor time. You'd best present a very convincing reason for your presence, lest I order our automechs to smear... Wait! We need all the assistance we can get, and I'm sure your theoretical degree will aid us. Please forgive my hostility. Since you seem to be a new transfer, you'll want to speak with Chief Scientist Montserrat in the Rift Chamber. Here, I'll lend you my access credentials as proof of your authorization. Of course, the Consul's vision for an idealized version of Arcadia are paramount to my own. It's my wife, you see. She's never loved me, and she chews with her mouth open. Through the Consul's plan, I expect to see both issues rectified. Montserrat asserts that this is not how the Rift shall work.
I received word that you were here. Rift specialist, are you? What exactly was it that you needed? Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I apologize. Suppose I can trust you with this information then. Matriarch knows one more voice might help us out of this mess. Our situation is far more dire than it may seem. There is no proof that Rift data can be stabilized or even edited. The Consul's plan will fail completely, which is distressing. Yes, but as I said, I fear I'm going to pretend that you did not utter that last part. But if you're even half as confident as you seem, perhaps you can convince the Consul. Here, use this keycard on the module over there. Allow you to download my report and grant you access to the control deck. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, a deck up in the control room, the Consul is the only one who has a means of controlling it, which makes your
That modulator is a bit too large.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. The modulator, unfortunate end. We are all that included extensive note.
Spawn to our unknown reaches? This is more dire than I surmised. But at least we have the means to combat them now.
We can concern ourselves with that later. First, let's find the Consul.
Your punctuality is as commendable as ever. How did you fare in securing the rift modulator? Yet one more hindrance to overcome in this endeavor. Nevertheless, I expect you to guard... Did you find anything else of note?
Appreciate your sand. You have exactly the sort of go-getter attitude I admire. Well, good news, go-getter.
I have run the numbers, and should you wish to negotiate with the Consul, you must be strategic. Then I look forward to...
I might tread a mite lightly, dear. If I know the Consul's type, and I do, his ego can take only so many hits before his guns do the talking. Simply goad him.
We didn't come all this way to negotiate. If he won't stand down, there are other...
You should take this time to prepare. Replenish, and if there is...
This ain't gonna be no thing.
Don't overlook the main attraction, dear. I even wore my fine...
I might have known you'd conspire with our enemy and lead some foolhardy crusade against me.
Loyalty has eluded you for years, after all. Sentinels, if you would.
Forming an alliance was necessary to combat the irrationality of your foolish endeavor. Those who fail to show reason do not deserve to lead this colony. Now, stand down.
I will not. I am saving this colony from itself. Such bravado is... Tell me.
Greater tranquility.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be of value. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. It's only a crime in your estimation. When one clinches a decisive victory, who among the living would dare complain about the methodology? Using the very rift modulator on this ship, we will destroy Arcadia and edit the information stored within the resulting rift, all to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed.
None shall stand against
It was very easy.
better than overtime.
If the readouts are to be believed, the rift is on the verge of destabilizing completely. But the rift modulator cannot be operated from this distance. It must be flown into the rift.
Would that slaying the console had rectified everything? I knew I had hoped too much.
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds no uncertainty. Someone present must do this. Sometimes there is no alternative. This is one such time. Steel yourself.
The Order and I will use this and the processed rift data to mass-produce modulators that are usable at a distance. These pesky rifts will soon no longer plague the colonies. What? And deprive the galaxy of my singular leadership. You should really rethink this.
There are too many errors in your logic to enumerate on them now. But to summarize, you are wrong. Alas, that your ignorance should cost our lives.
The commander chose not to choose. Thus, the rift destroyed the colony, killing everyone in Arcadia, followed shortly by everyone everywhere, as rift destabilizations rippled across the galaxy. In conclusion, the end.
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use... Honestly, Ruth Bassar could...
If the readouts are to...
Would that slaying the...
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds. Sometimes there is no alternative.
The Order and I will use this and the processed Rift data to mass-produce modulators that are...
Sounds to me like some of us won't have to wait to experience the...
I don't see why it has to be you, dear. I mean, I would, but I've spent much too much on prolonging my existence to cash out now. That is to say, thank you. You trusted us with the Rift technology. You can...
Thankfully, you need not rely on empty assurances. The Order will continue to experiment with the technology.
It all comes down to us, then. Not to worry, this is what my whole life has been leading to. If anyone's flying into that rift...
As always, I do not understand the machinations of your mind. But if you are so inclined to sacrifice yourself, I shall not stop you.
Only there was someone here who would gladly do this willingly and who wouldn't see it as a sacrifice.
In our travels together, I have learned the true importance of Protectorate Doctrine. And Protectorate Doctrine forbids the sacrifice of oneself for lofty ideals. Leaving this task to another would perhaps be dishonorable. But leaving Arcadia to its invaders is a worse fate than dishonor. After all we've been through, to think you would stick me between the ribs with no provocation. Very well.
I would like to reiterate that there is someone here who did volunteer. But seeing how the commander wants to force someone, it's only right that it's a protector of Arcadia.
Be gone, Commander. I shall live my final minutes free from the sight of your misbegotten hide.
Yeah, fuck you, Tristan. You do it, bitch.
Tristan, though not by choice. But even as he insisted his commander would rue this day, Tristan took comfort that his death would mean his fellow subjects could continue living their perfect lives. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash, Paradise Island's Fairfield remained a profitable company town for Auntie's Choice. Acquisitions Officer Carr enjoyed the perks and power that came with promotion for her asset-winning techniques on Paradise Island. Her rival, D.B. Milverstreet, meanwhile, seethed as he pushed cold morsels of borsloaf around the plate of his macrowave dinner. Vigilant Hogarth was declared a traitor to the Protectorate, along with most other Westport townsfolk. They were judged according to the paradigm, then sentenced to be executed until dead, forever tied to the city they could not protect. Auntie's Choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch's Mercy, the better to monitor their new colleagues in the Order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly schemes. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporatist allies that academics could keep their people in line too. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Having died at the peace talks, Augustine DeVries' treachery was never known to the Earth Directorate. She is forever remembered as the star agent who tragically went missing during her mission. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully, for many more years than should be possible, giving automechs like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. Despite Niles' affection for Val, he didn't believe automechs like hers should replace their human counterparts. Yet Niles was no longer part of the Earth Directorate, and he had no say in the matter. Inez's convincing appeals to the press earned her clout in reforming Auntie's Choice's cruel grafting program. Yet it was a constant struggle, rife with red tape and pushback from program executives. This was Inez's new battle, one she would fight for the rest of her life. Tristan's sacrifice immortalized him within the Protectorate as a beacon of justice, morality, and thoughtful neighborliness. His likeness was emblazoned on a commemorative plate to be heaped with Protectorate abundance. Ever logical and distant from others, Marisol embraced violence as her solution to eliminate random variables from the equation. Unsurprisingly, she was invited to few social functions. Azza finally achieved her dream of dying in a rift. All it took was a daring and blood-soaked heist of a modulator to create a rift that she then summarily leapt into. Thus, Azza remained a fanatical member of the Glorious Dawn, spreading the truth of the rifts to her final, agonized breath. With the modulator schematic shared as joint intellectual property, Auntie's Choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. Auntie Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of rifts. Auntie made her first public appearance in years, inspiring a fashion trend in bubble helmets. In no time at all, she won more public support than Ruth, which she sought to use as leverage when the time was right. Ruth Bassar proceeded to interface with the archive, an agonizing process that clawed away her lifespan. The archive computed that she was mistaken to compromise with the corporatists. To advance the plan, she needed to destroy them from within. So she proceeded to do just that. She had only been using the corporation for its logistical infrastructure. Auntie herself and at least some of her top executives needed to cease existing in Arcadia, either via assassination or skip-drive-assisted exile. Bassar stripped the power from the corporatists in subtle ways, until it was too late for them to stop her. Yet it remained unclear how long the Order could sustain its dominance once Ruth Bassar passed on to become one with the equation. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's new leadership. When Sovereign Varric was discovered in mental refreshment, the Order and Auntie's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death, while letting him live the rest of his addled days behind closed doors aboard the undisputed claim. Until one day, Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freed him, rocking the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. Unable to die in their sacred rift after it was closed, the Glorious Dawn heeded a new calling, seeking the modulators needed to create new rifts, so that they could die in those instead. With its reputation tarnished by its well-publicized agreement with the Protectorate, the Earth Directorate was on its back foot in negotiations to purchase skip drives from the new leadership of Arcadia. The release of the skip drive schematics to the public domain resulted in new and exciting opportunities for independent manufacturers. However, unchecked use of the drives would ultimately lead to an even greater proliferation of rifts, once again imperiling the galaxy. Fortunately, the Order stepped in. Leveraging their partnership with Auntie's Choice, the Order sold rift modulators to all skip drive manufacturers for a modest price, thus preventing another outbreak of rifts, while Auntie's Choice made a tidy profit. The rifts across Arcadia and beyond were soon closed. Trade quickly resumed, with Auntie's Choice handling logistics. Yet, more than just goods and resources traveled the re-established trade routes. The Order's version of scientism spread as well. Many colonies stabilized, many thrived, and some even rose to an Arcadian level of prosperity. But there are still some that have never been heard from. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia. Its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, an arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help.
Let's do... Alright, we want guns, we don't want hack, we don't want lockpick, we don't want melee, don't want observation, we don't want speech. Alright, now we're gonna do guns, leadership, science.
I knew a mission of this nature was coming from the moment the rifts first appeared. It was, in fact, the very reason for your we have, without your, but please, Agent of...
Commander, Agent Pascal told me to bring you your new model tactical time, 10.25% less brain damage than the old ones. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, you're just putting one over on the new guy, ain't you? A good agent has need of these. They slow everything down, give you a tactical advantage. They say the way it works is like, well, you know how parts of your brain can become damaged if you're in suspended animation too long? Didn't I just say? Listen to me. Because, well, you're a legend. And the other... Okay, I get it. You're too busy to talk to the likes of me. Oh, almost plumb forgot. I was supposed to let you know it's almost time for H. She's kind of like you. Top tier, one of the Directorate's best. No need to wait on my account, Commander. Whoa, that's sure faster than taking the stairs.
There'll be time for chat after the meeting.
Commander, your credentials are required to open the channel with Agent DeVries. Yours are currently located at your cabin.
Don't worry, you're not the only one who needs their gray matter rewired after hibernating our way.
Your cabin door appears jammed. I've made an internal note for Agent Ibarra to look into the cause. In the interim, you will need to find another way in. Commander, considering the Arcadia, however, as unbelievable as it may sound, once you make your way to my then you know what I'm speaking of. But but you'll first need to make your way to the station proper from the landing. You'll just need to reroute. Once you gain access to the sector, this may...
Come on,
Do you think they think nothing of regularly chemically lobotomy? I don't need a team. I need to...
Oh.
Who?
Can't wait.
Same team.
Navigator's warmed up in the cockpit, Commander. Whenever you're ready to fly us in.
Alright, we're just gonna do a little bit and then call it good for a bit. Play some Battlefield if there's any good modes, and then come back if there isn't. This is just my shooter build. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do with this character yet, but just gotta get here past the start. And then we're gonna go redo the melee build and try to run the whole game on hard.
You're upstairs restoring power to the door.
You are not just a cog in the machine. You are the cog in the machine that keeps us productive. I'm the protector of Arcadia and the
That smell. Did Brad get flash fried in here? The electrical system misfired somehow. Security's been triggered. This needs to be dealt with quickly.
Commander, we finished our sweep. I'd wager we could use the intercom to call. Screen's broken.
What the hell?
There's no time reducing those necks to scrap metal, eh, Commander? Commander, the situation is becoming more fluid than I'd originally planned for. We've got to change our approach. Split the team to handle
Well, sitting here.
That's right.
Agent Pascal, ma'am, I've been cogitating on how best to...
Security ops is heavily guarded, so be vigilant. You'll need to shut down security measures once you're inside. I've left a drop for you in the watch post. There's a key to a maintenance tunnel you can follow into the building. Ceremoniously
shot. Suppose I could hear you out.
Getting shot's certainly part of it.
Jepson and I are in position above the sector, Commander. Path's been cleared. Only encountered one guard. He's been dealt with. Should have seen it. It wasn't pretty.
As long as it was done righteously in the name of the Earth Directorate. Right, Sandoval?
I wouldn't stand too close to the airlock when we're back on the ship, Pascal.
Why? Is there something wrong with the airlock?
I've stashed a knife in the maintenance access for you, with, instructions on how to use it to quietly bypass the guard.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a very quiet thing.
Have you seen Maori since their return? The state they're in, it saddens me.
Each a vital cog. Seeking.
Gun build is gonna go hard. I can already tell you. It's gonna go so hard.
I've left some distraction devices in a floor panel by the scaffolding. Use them to breach the control room. Pointing away from your position.
Think about this assignment.
Good. Those mechs should give you no more problems. Rendezvous with your crewmates outside and meet me at the skip labs. We're en route to the comms control module. Just need to deal with these guards, quiet-like.